So, ma'am, as we know that you did a lot of Bharatnatyam during earlier in the interview, also you said you will did a Bharatnatyam. So you had a background of Bharatnatyam, then you got into bodybuilding. Like my personally, I'm thinking that these two are very two different side like of a coin, like Bharatnatyam one side and bodybuilding on other side. So how can you like explain me this combination, that how it helped you in your life, or what are the advantages of these two backgrounds on your particular side?
Yeah, so I was living in Chennai for about 8 to 10 years. And at that time, I was a student of Bharatnatyam. I was doing pretty well. And then, of course, then there was a huge gap. I told you my son had autism and I was looking after him. So, my entire life was set aside. And then I got into bodybuilding and I had forgotten about that. But that was, somewhere at the back of my mind, an unfulfilled dream that I wanted to complete my Arangetram. So, after I retired and I became a judge, I realized that Bharatnatyam is also, it takes up a lot of strength. It's a very good cardiovascular exercise. It improves your speed, reflex action, flexibility. The mudras, they give you the acupuncture healing. There is Chirobheda, the head movement, the Drishti Bheda, the eye movement, the neck. That kind of exercise, it's a dynamic yoga. Nothing can give you. So it kind of fills in the blanks. And, if I may tell you, this Natya Shastra, which is the fifth Veda, it had bench press, squats, everything documented in that. And if you go and study at the International Council of Cultural Research, they have, this big rod with two bags. They were doing the bench press and everything that was there in bodybuilding and all this. And, you get to learn mythology and the metaphorical significance of the idol of Nataraj. So actually, I'm actually one of the books that I'm writing. I'm writing two books at a time. So the second book was actually, convergence of all the fitness modalities. So I'm also learning Kalaripayyat because I felt that with aging, my speed and my reflexes were a bit compromised, and I got into that, and I just loved it. So where they have all the movements of the animals, which are incorporated in that Kalaripayyat, the eight vadits. So, I think when you combine these, especially in the COVID period, you need just a little space. You can do Kalaripayat, Bharatnatyam, weight training, body training. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to step out of the house. There is a huge world within, a little space that you can create. And there is so much that you can learn. So, yes, I think that there is a convergence in these two arts, and there is a lot of science in both of them. And I love how they complement each other, and they, wherever there is an extreme, these two things round off each other. So, that's it. I just love doing them together.
So summing up your experience, I think like you particularly love movement. Like when it's come to the
Yes.
picture, like moving gracefully. Like I have like my schooling, my college was done in Karnataka, so I know what Kalaripayyat is, and I have seen it right in front of my eyes. Like people doing it, and it was mesmerizing. Like looking at them and how the movements are done. So
Yes.
like really hats off to you for doing that at right now at your age, and right now you're talking right now. I'm talking right now. I'm kind of fumbling because I'm talking to someone inspirational. I'm taking so much from this interview right now that I've done.
Thank you. In our class, there are 6-year-old children, and when I started Kalaripayyat, I have been. One thing you must give up, when you're doing something at an older age. We have accomplished ourselves and reached a certain stature, and I see, looking at me, a lot of older people, my friends, they join in and then they leave very quickly because you have to allow yourself to be very vulnerable. When you're not able to do anything, you're failing repeatedly, and then you're still doing it. So there is a lot of ego which older people have. Then they try to intellectualize everything. Children are ready to fall. So I think we learn a lot from the children also. So that is it's, and when we are amongst children, you forget the world. So it's such a beautiful experience. It keeps you young.
when children are looking for mentors to guide them, to look for them, they can definitely see a mentor in you. And